Everybody, Joan Zodianz here, and welcome back to another episode of Spiritual Zundayz. This week, we're going to be talking about the full moon in Aries and everything else you need to expect this week. All right, so tonight there will be a full moon in Aries. Aries is a cardinal fire sign, okay? So full moons are a little bit different than a new moon. Remember, new moons are new emotional energy. Or welcoming new emotional energy, whereas the full moon is releasing or empowering our emotions, right? Empowering our energy. And right now it's under the warrior sign, Aries. So, what does that mean for you? It means we need to build certain type of intent tonight, right? So if you've been having a very intense time, and I know a lot of people have because Mercury and Venus are both in Scorpio, this is a good night to just release all of those negative emotions and to have the courage to overcome a certain situation in your life right now. Now, this is also a time where people can get really aggressive or impulsive, and this can be a time of great creative inspiration or a feeling of wanting to be first. So you're going to start to feel more competitive, and you're going to maybe have a little bit of a blow up if you've been bottling up a lot of your emotions. That aggressive side of Aries will come out, and you'll start wanting to fight people, maybe just verbally, hopefully. But when we think about everything that's happened during this day or during this weekend or last week, this is the time where we reflect heavily on it and we release it into the universe and we empower ourselves and we empower all the positive things that have happened. Remember, Aries is naturally very positive or very optimistic, also very fearless and very motivated to resolve issues very quickly. So try to overcome a lot of the issues that you've been having recently, or just a situation with maybe a partner. And remembering or keeping in mind that it can be a very intense and aggressive time, especially because there's so much Scorpio in the universe right now. And Scorpio and Aries, they share the same ruling planet, which would be Mars. So it gives us that extra like boost of energy, that higher energy, and it can burn some bridges too if you're not careful. And this can kind of last. This type of energy just doesn't have to be by for tonight only, right? It's gonna last throughout the rest of this week too. So there could be a lot of confusion for a lot of people in which direction they want to go, especially if they don't build any intent and they don't have any goals with their partners, or they don't have anything to look forward to even just in themselves as a single person. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good time tonight to kind of strategize where you're going to relieve all this energy, or where you're going to put all this energy, this warrior energy, okay? And just really get in tune with yourself, your mind, especially your body, and tell yourself, where am I going physically? How do I want to use this energy and to apply myself to take action, to set fire into something that you're very passionate about, especially something that's more of a creative endeavor and or any kind of business investment. You want to plan things with your body and your mind, and kind of just get into sync with yourself, if you want to put it that way. Just get realigned, readjust your goals, okay? That's all I'm saying. And empower yourself to move forward at this moment. I mean, a lot of you need to get prepared, especially because at the end of this month, okay, there will be another Mercury retrograde, and it's in Scorpio. So if it's just not intense for you now, or if it is too intense for you now, when it goes into retrograde, it's going to be even more intense for you emotionally and mentally. Okay. So we have to prepare ourselves for that. It's kind of like anytime I think of a retrograde, I think of like preparing for, bad weather or something, right? Like, what do they call it when it's like back in the days in ancient times, like like a dry heat is going to come over and you have to save all the grain, or you have to save it for winter or something like that, of that nature. Okay, I'm not a farmer. And so because you can predict that these things are coming, right? Something terrible or something negative is coming, you have to hoard things away for yourself. So think of your energy in the same way, where you're hoarding energy away, or you're resolving issues that come up before this retrograde hits you. Because if you don't resolve any of these issues, they're going to be forced upon you to confront them when the retrograde comes. And this is going to be too intense for a lot of people. So, Scorpio, let's talk about Scorpio for a second. All right. Scorpio is pretty much the landlord of the eighth house of regeneration and transformation. Their ruling planets are Pluto and Mars. Okay. So when we think of these planets mixed in together, we are seeing somebody who is really intense. And I know I've been saying that the past two podcasts or whatever, but it's true. The intensity with the Scorpio is no joke. Okay. It's deep, it's dark. They go deep into themselves and they really get into their dark energy, and their job really for Scorpios is to master that dark energy. Dark and light is a part of all of us, but Scorpios know how to master that dark energy. All right? They know how to use it in the physical realm, they know how to use it in the spiritual realm. Now, apply this to yourself today. Okay? If you're not a very spiritual person, trying to fight the darkness in yourself will be very hard, will be very challenging for you. Now, when it comes to the physical environment and Mercury retrograde hits, I mean, we'll cross that bridge when we get there, but I'm just prepping you ahead of time. Like, whatever you need to resolve in the physical realm in this moment, whether it's your money, your relationship, your just you in general, self love, you need to start giving that to yourself while the energy is good, right? Because we are hoarding away all the good grain for ourselves so that when Mercury retrograde hits, we are prepared to handle it. It will be less intense. Okay. It's building energy awareness. I can't get over that, man. I be telling people that all the time. Build energy awareness for yourself. It's the only way you'll come over or overcome all of these challenges and obstacles when you're living in your higher self. All right. And I'm telling you now, Mercury retrograde in Scorpio gives no fucks about your feelings, nothing. It's just going to bring everything to light. It's going to bring all that darkness. It's going to rise to the top. It's going to force you to confront the issues that you've been suppressing. Okay? So don't say I didn't warn you. But under this full moon in Aries, we can tell ourselves to prepare for this battle that's coming, and it's coming at a perfect time because it's like the universe knows that this retrograde is coming. All right, it's like the universe is telling you, hey, we gotta suit up. All right, and try to resolve things in yourself, with people, with whoever. If you need to change careers right now, then this is something you need to reflect on. I don't encourage it. But if you're having a very stressful time with money or in a relationship, you need to find a way out of it, or you need to find a way to come to peace with it. Okay? And I'm not saying all of this to scare you or to make you feel some type of way negatively. It's to empower you, empower your bodies, empower you mentally and emotionally so that you can come to terms with things very quickly. Remember, Aries is a fire sign. So you're either burning bridges right now or you're going to make a bridge for yourself. And I encourage you to make bridges for yourself. Don't run away and don't get scared now. You know what I mean? It's not the time for that. It's time to be a warrior. It's time to be fearless. It's time to go out there and show people what you're made of. Okay. In a positive way, not like you're trying to beat up on everybody. We don't want that. We don't want that. And that's not what I'm advising you to do. I'm advising you to confront the things that make you afraid and to overcome them in yourself. All right. So I will speak to you guys next week. There aren't going to be that many planetary transitions from now until the retrograde. And I told you guys in my last podcast when Pluto stationed direct that all the karma is coming back, whether it's good or bad, is dependent on what you were doing the beginning of this year. Okay. From the beginning of this year, I mean. So don't get scared now if shit's coming back on you. You need to deal with it, all right? Take accountability for yourselves. Love you guys so much. Thank you for all your love and support. You guys can buy my zodiac art canvases on my website now, or you can book a spiritual session with me Or you can buy an energy natal chart, which I will be offering non premium versions of it. Right now, there's just premium versions of it with a natal interpretation, so a birth chart interpretation with it of your higher planets. But the non premium versions will just be the chart alone. So I will see you guys next week. Love you. Bye.